Woke up pretty early, trying to get on the bikes by 6:30. Spirits are high, but we're a little cold.
And it was really cold, but I think everyone was just super excited to go do this mission.
We are out here doing a zero emissions ride to base, ride bikes, base jumping.
We had to take a little pit stop because our fingers were painfully cold.
The extreme conditions were kind of fun in a really weird way. Just kind of pushing yourself. Getting up before the sun and like putting lights on your bike and then biking through the dark with some of my best friends. Just human-powered like adventure, you know, it was cool. Biked 8 or 9 miles to Perriot. Tried to thaw ourselves out a little bit.
I'm heating up my toes a little bit. They're a bit numb. We got a little climbing section coming up, and I want to be able to feel my feet. Using the bike to get yourself out of town to where the cliffs are, and then hiking up the backside or climbing up is kind of the ultimate dream for me. I love this part of the hike.
Conditions were really, really nice. Things were starting to warm up.
Cheers!
All three of us had a really nice jump. Landed, stoke was definitely high.
Woo! Definitely had to work for it, which makes the jump way more rewarding.
So about 4 or 5 years ago, just before I started base jumping, I had a huge conflict internally. It actually kind of halted a lot of my skydiving for about a year or two, and I found base jumping as kind of a more eco-friendly version. So instead of using an airplane to access it, I just started using my legs.
Probably the prettiest bike ride I've ever done so far along the river.
You know, it was just fun. It was just cool to see everything from a different perspective.
So then out here in Moab, honestly, like using the bike to get around is one of the most efficient ways to transport yourself.
We're gonna go do a really awesome jump out here in Mineral Bottom called Sweet Spot. It's definitely one of the best jumps out here. It's super big, overhung, awesome views. Love you, Jess.
Love you.
Have a good jump.
Oh no!
Have fun.
3, 2, 1, see ya.
Where did he catch you?
Yeah, conditions were pretty awesome against the wall, and winds are starting to pick up down here, so it looks like we might have jumped at the perfect time yet again. I think that there's a misconception about base jumping. They don't really see the whole process behind every jump. There's so much that goes into it. It's more than just the jump, it's the whole experience. Packed everything back up again, hopped on the bikes, rode into town, packed the chutes at the park. Hopped back on the bikes.
We are headed out to Tombstone for a sunset jump.
There's no denying it, base jumping is pretty dangerous, but in my opinion, life is pretty dangerous. So there's a lot of things that have to come together to make sure we can go on another base jump. And then also taking care of the space that we're jumping at, because if we're ruining outdoor spaces, then we can't keep enjoying it.
I'm nervous on every single jump, some more than others. I don't think it would really be a good thing if you weren't nervous.
As you're leaning over or you're taking that last running step before you push off, it's full commitment. Like everything in your being is focused on what's happening, what's going on next, and every moment is slowed down.
10 seconds. Tombstone is like the best sunset jump. Pretty stoked about this day. It was amazing.
One of my favorite days of base jumping for sure.
Like just the whole adventure of everything.
Yeah.
Pretty intense, but that's what made it so fun.
Living in Salt Lake City, that's just kind of been ingrained in me that you have to take care of places that you love. Now I want everyone that I jump with to have bikes and do this.
I love base jumping first and foremost because it's just really fun, but I also love base jumping because it's given me a sense of community and a sense of family. Biking to our exit points was one of the funnest days I've had here. I think it's really cool how far you can go on a bike. I'm definitely going to be more inclined to bike to my adventures versus drive to them because it adds even more to the experience.